Hello everyone, today we are going to be learning about pop art and creating ice cream sundae inspired pop art projects. So today I have two examples here and we're going to choose what kind of ice cream we want to make for our ice cream sundaes. So we have ones that are vertical or horizontal, almost like a banana split. So before we get started, there's a few materials that we will need before we get going. So after I list those materials, if you want to pause the video, gather those materials, resume, and we'll get started. So today we are going to need some sort of coloring material. I use colored pencils and markers in these examples, but you're not limited to those two options. You can also use crayons or even watercolor paper or paints. We'll also need a skinny Sharpie pen or a regular pen, a Sharpie marker or a regular black marker, a pencil with an eraser, and of course, our canvas or drawing board. So I'm just using white copy paper for these projects. You can use sketchbook paper or any paper that is larger or smaller than this size. Again, it is whatever materials you have available to you. So once you have those materials, let's get started. So I have three different options that we can choose from for making our ice cream sundae drawings. We can do more of a milkshake style, a banana split style, or in a fancy bowl. So today I am going to choose the banana split style. So I'll leave these up. Remember, pause the video. I found these online, so feel free to look online to find some inspiration for your ice cream sundaes. So now that I have chosen what I'm going to inspire my ice cream sundae off of, I am going to copy this image onto my paper. Doesn't have to be exact, it can be your own. You can make slight adaptations to it, but we are just going to be drawing the outline. We are just going to be drawing the outline. We are not going to be adding any sprinkles or any fancy details or texture in our ice cream or our banana or bowl. We are just going to be doing our outline. So we are going to do the basic shape of our ice cream sundae. So once we have our chosen image and we remember we're going to do the outline, we're going to begin by drawing our bowl. It is easiest to draw with the bowl and erase with other areas. So I'm going to draw my bowl. I'm going to make it as close as I can, but it doesn't have to be exact. I'm going to add the little foot or the base so my bowl can stand. And again, notice how I'm doing this all in pencil. That way, if I make a mistake, I can always erase and try again. So I have the outline of my bowl. You can make little details, but nothing large, so I can come in a little bit, but I'm not going to be adding any designs or ice cream inside my bowl. Once I have my bowl drawn, I'm going to begin with the other steps. So maybe I'll draw the banana. And notice how I'm just following the curves and lines, breaking it down into sections. So I'm going to start with one section and then build upon the base. That's why it's always good to start with the bowl. That way we can slowly build upon to make our ice creams, our cherries, and anything else we may add. So I'm going to continue making my banana. Once I have my banana drawn, we'll do some ice cream. So then ice cream, you're going to do a half circle or a half circle-like shape. And at the bottom, you can have it come out almost like a little hat and make it give a little texture. Because when we scoop it out, our ice cream comes over the sides. And you can make it look like one's in front or behind. You can make it tilted sideways, or you can make it all even. So once I have my ice cream drawn, I'm going to add, if I want to, I don't have to add any chocolate syrup, but maybe I want to add one in the middle. And I can add whipped cream. So if I'm gonna add whipped cream, I'm gonna erase my pencil line. And remember, we wanna draw light until we know it's right. And then we can go darker with, or trace it with marker once we have it drawn. So I'm gonna add my whipped cream. Maybe I wanna add a little cherry on top. Or maybe I wanna leave these ones blank. I can add a spoon. I think I'm gonna draw my spoon over here. So a spoon is just like a curved rectangle. So there is my basic ice cream bowl shape. So once I have my pencil all drawn, I have my ice cream, any additives like whipped cream, cherries, chocolate syrup, and I have my bowl, I'm ready to outline it in marker. So I'm just going to follow those lines that I already have drawn, and I'm going to do this, just the outline, again, no details, just these basic shapes and outlines of our ice cream. So once you have all of this drawn out and traced with your black Sharpie or marker, go back with your eraser and erase any of those little lines that may be missed, just so we have a nice clean piece of paper. Next up, we are going to make our dividing lines or dividing sections. As you can see here, I have lines coming across my paper, creating this diamond in the center. It gives my background multiple sections to do different designs. So I'm going to show you how to do this step next. And in this step, you can use a pencil or Sharpie. I recommend maybe just going in with a Sharpie. That way we can get that line drawn. And you can freehand it, or you can use a ruler. I'm going to use a ruler just to be safe and get those straight lines. So what I'm going to do, I am going to start at my corner and go about halfway in the middle of my paper. So I'm going to find that halfway. It doesn't have to be perfect. And once I have this, I am going to draw a line all the way across. And it's okay if it cuts through the middle. These will create different sections in our ice cream as well. And I'm going to do the same thing on each corner. So I'm going to start at the corner, find my middle, and I don't have to connect. You can leave some space in between. And then I'm going to draw my line from corner to corner. They don't have to be perfect, and don't worry about going through the middle. This is just giving us different sections to draw in. Once we have our ice cream sundae all outlined, we are ready to begin designing our pop art inspired ice cream sundae. Pop artists such as Andy Warhol use bright, bold colors and everyday objects in their work. We often see bright colors mixed with objects to create a specific look or effect. Artists often use, like I mentioned, bright colors that are varying to make things stand out or be different from one another. So in our ice cream sundaes, we are going to be experimenting with these ideas in bright, bold colors, or just different design patterns if you don't have any colors available to you. As you can see here, I have polka dots, lines, so I have shapes, and I also have different objects such as ice cream cones, french fries, flowers, and cherries. I also have some texture in my objects as well. So feel free to mix it up. Just remember, each section is going to be different. Even on our whipped cream in this example, each of these 4 sections will be a different pattern and color. As you can see here on this example, my ice cream was divided into sections, and I made different designs and colors for each of these sections. This will give it a real nice pop art effect. And when you're deciding to use different patterns and textures or different objects, feel free to look up different pop artists such as Andy Warhol to get some inspiration. But once you're ready and you have your designs decided, you're going to take that skinny Sharpie pen or marker or regular pen, and you're going to begin by drawing the designs. If you're not comfortable using the pen, as always, feel free to start with a pencil and then outline them after with your pen or marker. So what you're going to do in each section, you are just going to draw your designs. Maybe in this one, I want to do some polka dots. And maybe in this one, I want to do some of those flowers. And remember, you can make things come off the page, so make it half, or you can do it whole as well. And maybe up here again, I want to add some cherries, so I just draw some more cherries up top. So you're gonna fill your whole background, remember, different sections with different patterns. And you're gonna do that. If you do pencil, trace everything with your Sharpie or pen afterwards. You have all your designs, patterns, and objects in place and ready to go, you can begin to color. Remember, you can use colored pencils, markers, you can use watercolor, paints, crayons, whatever materials you have available to you. If you don't have these materials available, look how great it looks in black and white. Alright, that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoy creating your pop art inspired ice cream sundaes.